by Peter Hess. A Florida Congresswoman says she believes that some of the UFO sightings that have made headlines in recent years are of non-human origin and possibly interdimensional beings. Rep. Anna Paulina Luna is a member of the House Committee on Oversight and Reform, which has been investigating claims about UFOs and carrying out historic hearings with military whistleblowers. She revealed to the Grant Mitt podcast this week that after a classified meeting with Air Force whistleblowers, she absolutely believes that the aircrafts they and others have described are of non-human origin. Luna also claimed that at that same meeting she was men in blacked, first by officials from the Pentagon who attempted to cancel the visit, and then by CIA agents who were inexplicably shadowing her meeting with the Air Force personnel. Her phrase referred to the pop culture conspiracy theory image of government agents in black suits, who are sent to keep people quiet about UFO sightings. Being a member of Oversight, we follow up with whistleblowers, and we also can conduct our own investigations, she told Mitterlehner. In the course of one of these investigations, she said, Luna and 2 other U.S. representatives went to Eglin Air Force Base, on the Florida Panhandle, where they met with one such whistleblower. The other 2 representatives who came along on the visit were Tim Burchett of Tennessee, who is also a member of the Oversight and Accountability Committee, and Matt Gaetz of Florida, who is on the House Armed Services Committee and the House Judiciary Committee. She came away from that visit with strong conclusions. I can tell you, based on my investigations, not in a classified setting, that I absolutely believe that there is things that are advanced technologies not of human origin, she told Mitterlehner. Her view is increasingly shared among lawmakers and the American public, as a series of high-profile disclosures and hearings in the last few years have brought UFOs out of the conspiracy theory realm and into the arena of political debate. Luna, Gaetz, and others have pressed the Pentagon to declassify material related to UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena. Pilots at Eglin had come forward to Representative Gaetz's office to say that the Air Force was covering up UAP activity, and that Congress needed to look into it. We coordinated the meeting, Luna said. The Pentagon tried to initially cancel the first one. We got it back on the books. We show up there, and we get in, and the base commander tried to basically tell us that we didn't have authorized clearance to look into and speak to some of the witnesses. You don't tell Congress that we don't have the authorized clearance, she said, especially members of House Armed Services, Oversight, and Judiciary. David Grusk, a former high-ranking intelligence official, is one of 3 military whistleblowers who testified under oath that they know firsthand about secret programs involving technology far surpassing the US capabilities, so she had it out with the base commander, Luna said. And in the middle of the meeting, he took off on leave, which never happens with a delegation going to a military base, she added. There were also attendees at the meeting who Luna was pretty sure were from the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, an unusual occurrence. Why would an intelligence agency need to be there on a meeting for whistleblowers, she asked. Luna also spoke about the congressional hearing from July 2023, where whistleblower David Grusk outlined under oath how the U.S. government has been aware of UFOs for nearly a century and has been misinforming the public about them. That hearing, which followed Luna's visit to Eglin, contained information she found particularly alarming, because of the allegations that people may have been murdered to keep the UFO story secret. Have you received classified information? Mitterlehner asked Luna. Yeah, but I can't talk about that, she replied when asked about whether she had believed in aliens before she became a member of Congress. Luna corrected the record. I wouldn't call them aliens, she said. I really like what Grusk calls them. He says that they're interdimensional beings, and he's very specific about that. What this means, Luna clarified, was that they're not necessarily a biological entity from another planet per se. The case she alluded to was likely the one from last year, in which Gaetz had described seeing footage of an orb hanging over the Gulf of Mexico, moving in a way that was not of any human capability. He saw the footage during a visit to Eglin AFB, where Air Force pilots described a diamond formation of aircrafts that they saw on radar. One of the pilots goes to check out that diamond formation and sees a large, floating, what I can only describe as an orb, he said at the time. Again, like I said, not of any human capability that I'm aware of. She talked, too, about what a huge change the country has experienced in recent years, away from the stigma that used to be attached to talking about extraterrestrial beings or UFOs. When I was stationed at Portland Air Guard Unit a number of years ago, I remember there was an incident that occurred, and the pilots kind of back and I asked one of them what he thought it was, and he couldn't really talk about it, she recounted. He didn't want to because the stigma that the military has is that you're crazy. But we're seeing that with, especially technology that we have, even your iPhone for example, you can record things and it's not going to be classified. We hope that more people come forward, she added. Luna also noted how she is heartened by the bipartisan push for transparency on the topic, which makes it ironic that other government officials or offices seem to be blocking her and her colleagues' efforts to learn what is happening with UAPs. If Congress is writing the bills to fund these programs, yet we don't have authorized access and oversight into it, then that's not necessarily something that happens in a free country, right? She said. So we continue to push.